On this week's edition of This Week in Music, I have a brand new newsreader starting. We've got some music reviews and a musical guest. Tune in right now. Welcome to another edition of This Week in Music, episode 10, I believe. I'm so excited that this show has just grown in a fan base and you guys are really loving it. I'm your host, Asha Kay. We've got a huge show today, lots of stuff packed in, so we're just going to get straight into it. Now, I just straight out the head of the show, I want to mention that our Twitter, obviously, at TWIMUSC, you can always interact with us, always talk to us. We love it. I myself have a Twitter. It's at ThisIsAsha. You can write to us, music@thisweekend.com. And if you're a sponsor out there, if you want to sponsor this show, we'll never say no. Hey, I'm a poet. I don't know it. That was really dumb. Sponsors@thisweekend.com. You can write to us. Sponsors@thisweekend.com. Lots of exciting stuff happening on the show. So let's start with the music news. Well, now the last few weeks we had the lovely Will, our audio engineer, filling in as a newsreader. He did a great job. I know you guys loved him. And now I want to introduce my newsreader, Tim Bader. Welcome back to This Week in Music.
I'm back.
You may remember him. About a month ago you were on the show talking about your band and your musical adventure. And he was such a popular guy that we thought we have to get him back.
Nice.
So what's happening in the world of music? Let's start.
Let's see if I can read. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Ha! Happy birthday to Pandora.
Yes.
On its 5th anniversary, the website has announced new genre stations, which are just adding to its awesomeness. That
was my word.
Yes, that is your word. Genres such as today's hits, we all love today's hits, today's hip-hop and pop hits, today's country, Mick, I know you love that, have already risen among the top 100 of frequently listened to stations on the site.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. 5th anniversary. It's actually become quite a profitable venture for founding father, I like to say, Tim Westergren. So good on you, Tim. There's also a bit of a rumor that a private equity firm, Elevation Partners, want to basically jump on the Pandora ship and invest, basically buy shares in Pandora. And there's a rumor that it, something worth in the 100 million mark. So that's only a rumor at this age. It's unconfirmed, but that would be huge for Pandora. It's
Chump change.
Yeah.
For you and me, chump change.
Yeah, that's basically what we earn every second of every day. So
we've got money trees.
We do, like that Skittles tree. Anyway, so let's move on.
Okay, in a new Vanity Fair piece, the woman on Vampire Weekend's Contra cover explains her $2 million lawsuit against the group, their label, and the photographer. Sue the photographer,
right,
who may or may not have taken the picture, Todd Brody. Her full name is Ann Kirsten Kennis, and she used to be a sought-after model in the 80s and the 90s. An amazingly dated portfolio of her work can be seen at Vanity Fair's site.
Right, and that's the picture right there. We actually have a JPEG picture too, if you want to put that up. There we go. That's her.
She's attractive, though. She's very attractive.
She is, but that's probably an old picture. And basically, the lawsuit revolves around a photo released, allegedly taken by Kennis's daughter. And so I don't understand how the photographer got a hold of it. Now they want to sue Vampire Weekend. And, basically Kennis said, you start to see interviews from fans of the band and they're like, I would just be glad that my picture was on it. Like,
yeah, she's relevant now.
Yeah.
The 80s and the 90s have gone. It's now, 2010, and she's on a picture of a record that's relevant, Vampire Weekend.
Exactly, and we were talking about this earlier, saying that, do Vampire Weekend even have $2 million? Like, where are they going to get this?
I don't know. I mean, we know they went to an Ivy League, Cornell, Ithaca, New York. Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Lon. You know that, so I mean, you got to be pretty wealthy to go to an Ivy League school because there's no scholarship. So maybe they do, in fact, have
That's true.
$2 million.
That's true. But also, her photo, she wants to sue them. She, like you said, she's relevant again. She was a sought-after model. I've never heard of her, but now people have heard of her again. It's working in your favor, Miss Candace.
Betty White's so hot right now. Maybe her career could snap right back into society. What do you
Betty
think?
White on that cover.
She's very, very hot right now. Very hot.
She is. She is. All right.
Speaking of hot, according to an AP report via Entertainment Weekly, Erica Badu, remember the syllables?
Yeah.
Erica Badu, say
Badu.
it with me. Erica Badu has paid a $500 fine stemming from her NSFW window seat video, which saw her stripping down to nothing in Dallas Dealey Plaza. She is also due to serve 6 months probation. Badu was charged with disorderly conduct after witnesses to the naked video shoot complained.
You know, this is all, Erica Badu was obviously saying this is all in the name of art. I don't know, like the video actually came out towards the beginning of the year, so now this is all coming out that this is the retribution from what happened, but is nudity art in the middle of a plaza?
Well, I can't speak for artists, but I do like naked women. Anywhere, any place, anytime. Do it, Erica.
But that's not art. That's just your personal preference.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, it could be like artistic, right? Like he could wear some pearls or one of those hats or something.
It wasn't like a striptease Demi Moore style. It was like in the name of art. But I guess people out there in the public who may not know what's going on were offended. So. Sorry, Erica. Sorry, Erica.
Yeah, I guess you just can't do it in Dallas. Those people are uptight.
But speaking of not uptight, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Does this guy do anything wrong?
No.
Okay, guess what? He's announced he is teaming up with the New York Yankees. Boo. Phillies fan. They beat us last year in the World Series.
Oh, I'm
Whatever.
sorry.
So he's teaming up with the Yankees to make a clothing line. A clothing line. Yep.
Yeah.
The Yankees. That's right. You will now be able to buy Jay-Z Yankee hats, shirts, and hoodies exclusively at Yankee Stadium starting next week. Now, each item of clothing will feature both the Yankees and Jay-Z's logos. The clothing will be on sale from August 30th to September 14th, although longer if the Yankees wind up in the playoffs.
That's the clincher.
That's the kicker. See, I hope they don't make it to the playoffs. I really don't want to make the playoffs.
Right.
But they're probably going to make it to the playoffs. They're pretty loaded.
So, so Jay-Z's obviously a Yankees fan. But like, does he need any more money?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I kind of hope that he gives this money to charity or something because the Yankees they're the most expensive baseball team, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, I'm just shocked. I mean, that the Yankees are even allowed to do this because they're a pretty like tightly knit organization, and now you're throwing on a Jay-Z logo. I mean. They're getting with the times, maybe. I don't know.
It's also sacrilegious, and also I want to know like what is the music focus of him doing this, or is it just not musical focus at all? Is it like P. Diddy doing his clothing range? Like, isn't a P. Diddy a Marlins fan? Maybe he should do like a Marlins clothing range.
Florida, come on. How tough is Florida? You know what I mean? The Florida Marlins. It's not even a city. You know, it's just like the state.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a psychiatric ward, like the Florida Marlins. Go, P. Diddy.
No Marlins and P. Diddy.
No,
all right,
no
so
chance.
that's Jay-Z making some Yankees clothing.
Yeah, and I think he and Eminem are playing some shows at Yankee Stadium.
They are actually, yeah. They're teaming up September 13th and 14th. If you're in the New York area, go and check it out. So there you go.
So we were talking about this earlier. By now, I'm sure everybody's heard of CeeLo Green's huge, viral, catchy hit, Fuck You.
You said it.
I said it.
Because I'm not
Look at all the
say
hits.
it.
Fuck you. Oh, no, sorry. I'm back. Whoop, fuck. Anyway, well, on the first sight, it seems like this track is about giving the finger to an ex-girlfriend. We've all been there. But it turns out there was more. Hey, sigh of relief. But it turns out there was more to this track than we thought. Green said he recorded Fuck You in LA 2 years ago while he was working on his album, The Lady Killer, which is set to be released on December 7th, which is kind of crazy because it's already hit.
Yeah, well, it's September now, but it's been a huge viral hit.
Yeah.
You know, like the video he released was just like over 3 million views, no radio airplay, just no mainstream play. But now he's actually filmed a legit video clip. And if you go to his official Facebook page, facebook.com/CeeLo Green, that's C-E-E Low Green. You have to like the page and then you can actually watch the video clip. It has a bit of a Motown feel. It's basically a story of him growing up through the ages, being burnt by a girl that he likes, and then in the end he becomes the lady killer and says, see, F you, look who I am now.
Yeah. I mean, the song is catchy. Remember, I thought it was actually a parody song. That he wrote lyrics over some Motown song. I mean, it's definitely catchy, but it might be like this, like fast food. Like you might like it now, it could fizzle out. I mean, especially by December 7th.
Right, that's a good
the
point.
shock value, I listened to it for like 30 seconds, I laughed, and I've moved on.
You almost think the album should be out next week, instead of December 7th. But
indeed.
Maybe he wanted to bring a Christmas album out, like our next news item, because that flows really well.
That does flow. The boss, Santa Claus, is coming to town.
Bruce Springsteen.
It looks like it's going to be a good Christmas for the boss, Bruce Springsteen, because this is a smart musician who has not only stood the test of time, but he continues to make great music, and he's acquired a whole new, younger generation of fans.
What a great picture of him.
He is the boss. Look at that, man. The white TV neck is back now. He was way ahead of his time. He, along with the E Street Band, have announced they will release the Darkness on the Edge of Town box set on November 16th. It's a mammoth 3 CD, 3 DVD package that will include all the hits, 2 discs of rare, unreleased tracks, and entire live performances from Houston. Houston!
Yeah,
we talked about that.
we did.
Dallas is a little uptight, but Houston, that's where the rockers
Anything
are.
goes, yeah.
Back in the 70s and his album performances from the last year at Asbury Park.
Right.
The boss, super relevant.
He is, and like if that wasn't enough, in this package you also get some really awesome stuff, like an 80-page notebook of like anecdotes, stuff that he was feeling when he was recording these original songs, alternative lyrics.
Interesting.
That would be really interesting too, because if you're a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, seeing alternative lyrics and, like you said, seeing his handwriting, like how cool would that be?
Yeah, just seeing the artist struggle for the song. These songs that we love. It's not like Bruce wakes up, has some cornflakes, and cigarettes, and all of a sudden the song's there.
But that could be in there.
It could be in there. That is true. That could be.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool, and those old photographs are great too.
Yeah.
Like the one they just showed was so rad. So it'll be
That's
fun
true.
for all of you that love the E Street Band and the boss. This is definitely a Christmas present for you.
Absolutely. So look out for that. November 16th, Darkness on the Edge of the Town.
Well, looks like another new music media enterprise has failed to make the name it had hoped. In the UK, Absolute Radio has pulled the plug on its interactive digital radio station, Dabble, less than a year after it was launched.
Yeah. Now, the station, which is available online and on digital audio broadcasting radio in London and South Wales, used a playlist based on listener requests made via the website. And this is a statement from Absolute Radio. And if you haven't actually checked out Absolute Radio, go to iTunes, video podcast. They have some great interviews with bands and musicians. It's really, really cool. Absolute Radio said it had a lot more ideas for Dabble. So for now, the radio station is taking a bit of a break while they can experiment with how Dabble can continue to democratize the playlist.
We liked that earlier. That's democratized. It's a big word, right?
Yeah.
But it's good because we're so tired of like the canned radio stations playing the same hits over and over again. You get a couple eclectic songs.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit earlier about how like Sirius, the satellite radios, I mean, you get the niche radio station and stuff, but I'm telling you, it's really refreshing to be driving around in whatever automobile you're driving around in and hearing this song, like either a blast from the past or a new hit or something that isn't like the same old rigmarole we get on all the terrestrial radio.
Every hour of every day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so it's pretty interesting stuff.
So let's hope Absolute Radio gets their act together and we'll see what happens.
Plugs back in.
Yeah.
That's right?
Yeah.
They pull the plug. Does anybody ever really plug back in?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway, so speaking of interactive experiments, this one's really cool.
Cool.
Go for it.
Oh, wait. Speaking of interactive... Jeez, I thought this was your favorite thing here. Okay, yeah. Speaking of interactive experiments, this one's cool. Here is one that is not only amazing, but you should check it out. Arcade Fire, who I have a love-hate relationship, have teamed up with Google Chrome to promote their music and create an amazing interactive fan experience.
Yeah, this is actually really cool. I will talk a little bit about this. If you haven't checked this out, log on to thewildernessdowntown.com. Not right now, but maybe if you have another computer screen. Log on to and put the address where you grew up or an address that basically has a good enough Google Earth Maps that you can see it. You know what, we actually have a clip. So let's show the clip first of, it's for the Arcade Fire single, We Used to Wait. Great, great song. But let's check out the clip first.
I was lost standing in the wilderness downtown. Now our lives are changing fast. Now our lives are changing fast. Hope that something pure can last. Hope that something pure can last. And it seems strange how we used to wait for letters to arrive. But
Okay, so this was someone who actually went on the website and recorded what they did and made a YouTube video of it. So I don't have the name of that person, but it basically shows you like what you can do, and this person obviously put in their address, and you can see the Google Maps like camera going around. You can like play with the birds, make them move around a bit. You can write a postcard to yourself.
That's what she said. I'm sorry.
That doesn't even work in that sense.
Play with your bird? Come on, you set me up. You know
I need
this.
to know that. I need to know this about you.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool. You can interact with it. But I think it's really genius because not only do you get to hear a great song by Arcade Fire off
Right.
their album, The Suburbs, you get to just see new media explode, and it's just like, whoa, this is what bands should be doing. You know.
Yeah, totally.
You're part of this experiment.
What did we talk about street names earlier? What did we say? The old,
Farm-
the old joke. What was it?
How to figure out your porn name, your first street name you lived on, and your first pet name. I've never had pets, so.
I'm Josie Hemlock. Yes.
There you go, a bit of random trivia about Tim Bader.
Yes.
So make sure you go to thewildernessdowntown.com. It's really, really cool. You may have to upgrade to Google Chrome, though. You have to.
Google Chrome.
There you go. Lil Wayne is in the news again.
Lil Wayne and his golden braces, right?
I think they're not braces. They're like gold teeth.
They're real teeth?
They're teeth, dude.
Like George Washington had wooden choppers?
These are
Lil Wayne has
legit
gold teeth?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, here we go. The managers of a talent agency being sued by the golden teeth Lil Wayne have promised to aggressively defend themselves. The rapper accused the owners of Ujamaa Talent Agency, Inc., Erskine Isaac and David Nelson, of holding back profits from 2 of his 2009 America's Most Wanted music festivals.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated.
It does. It's like, okay, he's going to get out of jail. How do I make money? Sue someone. And look, the guys from the talent agency saying that the Stars' claim are utterly false. It's ridiculous. And they're basically saying, bring it on. We can't wait for our day in court. Right. And when someone says that, it seems like they've got a pretty good case of winning and they're not scared.
Yeah.
So Lil Wayne, you might have to sell a few of those golden teeth, you know, just to cover court costs. I don't know.
And Asha and I think that anyone that has golden teeth is guilty. Period.
Really? Did I say that?
Yeah, we were in. It's teamwork here.
Okay, there you go.
There you have it. Now,
but also, no, I just the last bit I wanted to say was the guys from the talent agency saying that, look, Lil Wayne's claims are false, but beyond that, we cannot discuss this matter since it's in litigation and being handled by our attorneys. We just discussed it. It's now out there to the world. Sorry, guys.
See us? We discussed it. We're edgy.
We are. We're bringing the edge.
Razor sharp.
All right, this one's a good one because you are an artist, so you relate to this.
Is that what they call it these days? Was I? I don't know. So every artist should have a website, right? Well, not exactly. At the Bandwidth Music and Technology Conference in San Francisco on Friday, this was actually one of several debates.
Right.
According to a number of smaller artists, managers, and indie label heads, sometimes building a site is simply too time-consuming and expensive, especially when the real action is happening on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms.
Of course.
I just go to Facebook to find an artist, relayed one 21-year-old attendee during a session headed by Lee Hammond of Interscope, Geffen, and A&M. Interscope, Geffen, and A&M. You're sinking, but you're sinking together. Another note that even some good indie bands lack a dedicated site. And Hammond admitted that many major label artists are simply disconnected from their digital landing pods.
Pads.
Pods. Isn't there podcasts? We can podcast.
Well, there you go. Well, the thing is, so this is, I thought would be great because you have a strong opinion. You have been you've been in many bands and you've had actual dedicated websites.
Right.
So is it really that expensive to make a website?
I don't think so. I mean, it's probably $1,000 and $7.95 a month to keep it up.
Right.
But I don't like to go through like Facebook fan pages and filter all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I like a band and I can just go right to their website, then that's what I want to do. But we also talk about Bandcamp.
A great free website for bands to put up their music. It's uncomplicated too. You know, put a music, album artwork,
pictures,
notes.
and it's free.
Yeah.
You know, and you can just go
download music from it too. You can sell music, so
you don't have to filter through like 50 friends and tag photos or anything. You don't have to do any of that. You just get right to the rock.
There you go. So I don't know if I agree with that. I think artists should still, venture into the getting a website things for themselves.
Yeah, individuality is a really good thing.
Yeah. And speaking of individual, Bob Dylan is one individual off the planet kind of cat
Yeah,
sometimes.
he is a good thinker. So, because recently Bob Dylan decided to do a concert and said every entry would be cash only. That's what I'm talking about.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. Well, he was trying to experiment and perhaps create a solution to the growing outcry to ticket prices, hidden fees, third-party brokers doing shady deals. We talked about that, et cetera, et cetera. So how'd Bob Dylan do in this experiment, you ask? Well, perhaps fees aren't that bad after all, especially when they come with a guaranteed seat and reduced chaos. San Francisco Chronicle journalist Aidan Vazari pointed to a visibly undersold Warfield on Wednesday night. Vazari characterized the results as just okay, while also pointing to a substantial line outside, adorned by swarming local news vans.
So basically it was a huge mess.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. I mean, look, cash only is a great idea, but what if you get mugged?
Right.
And there's something about having a ticket, knowing where you're sitting, knowing what you're going to get. It's not like, oh, I'm going to have cash and will I get in? Or where am I going to sit? You know?
And we talked, if you get, brokers are the scummiest people in the world. I'm sorry, ticket brokers. How do you live with yourselves?
It's true.
Honestly. But the reality is, you set a price, you deliver the goods.
Yeah.
And I like to go park my car, cruise in, get my seat, enjoy the show.
Go and get a drink or some food if you need to know you can come back to the same seat.
I don't want to wait in lines. Nobody likes lines.
But also, this was the first time that he did this, so maybe he'll try it a few more times, see if it works. I don't know.
I mean, it's
Every
going against the
experiment.
grain, too. Like, if you look at all the marketing campaigns now, it's like, use your card, your debit card, swipe it, get in. So, I don't know. But I do like cash a lot.
Okay, but I don't think you're getting that cash, Tim. So.
Oh, $1 million. Gosh. Well, on a serious note, 5 years after Hurricane Katrina, and the music industry in New Orleans is still suffering, along with the rest of the town. Music and culture are faring a little better, but not by much. See, all it takes, says Jordan Hirsch, outgoing executive director of Sweet Home New Orleans, is one trip to the emergency room or one restaurant job to be cut in the recession for a household to slip into a situation that is really untenable.
Yeah, it's sad, it's tough. It's tough in the music industry generally, but especially for the New Orleans musicians where music is their life, like playing live performances. And since the storm, they're saying, just crazy facts that I was reading, that overall earnings for music are down 43%. Most New Orleans musicians only make 5% of their total yearly income from music. And per gig earnings have dropped 63% since 2005. So I think, they just they need to bring tourists back, and it's just such a great experience going. I've never been there. That's one place I definitely have to go, because it's like, go down Bourbon Street, go see a band, and just see some live music. So.
Well, like George Clooney said on the Emmys, it's like, a catastrophic event happens somewhere in the globe, and all the media is there, and it gets all the attention, and then when it's not fashionable, people keep moving on, whilst there's still all these problems and stuff, which is a total bummer. And like I said, I visited New Orleans for the first time, and it was an unbelievable city. The food was outstanding.
Right.
And the music was great. And you could go to like any corner bar, and there's just like great sax players or trumpet players or just jazz or rock, whatever you want. So, I mean, it's a city that's got like a lot of heart and soul, like no pun intended. So, get down there, spend a few bucks, man.
Yeah.
Let's pump this economy in New Orleans.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So that's New Orleans. Last bit of music news that I have to mention, because it's been big news since the big show and tell in Silicon Valley yesterday by Steve Jobs. iTunes 10, it is here. It has arrived. You can download it now. But it's not just iTunes 10 that is available. There's a great social networking feature with that called Ping. Ping. Yeah, Ping, which is basically social networking, but just music. You create this music community. You can talk to other people, share music, all that kind of stuff. So I actually haven't downloaded it yet, because I am one of those people that like to wait, likes to see what happens and just see all the kinks ironed out first. When you buy something new, there's always going to be something wrong with it.
It's like the sophomore slump thing, right?
Right. There you go.
I know. I just got the Droid 2, and it's no good. I should have waited for the Droid 3. Because then all the kinks will be out of it.
There you go.
But Steve Jobs is a pretty slick
He's a
guy.
genius.
So maybe,
Yeah, there's a new iPod Nano. But the cool thing about iTunes 10, the logo especially, the iTunes logo used to be the CD. now it's a musical note, which shows, you know,
Evolution,
moving with the times. Like, you don't go on iTunes to buy a CD, you go on iTunes to buy music or your podcast or whatever else. So
the world we live in.
yes, absolutely. And I'll definitely, as more news comes out about that, I'll definitely be updating you with that. So, but check it out. iTunes 10. Ah.
Ping.
So you did great on the first news segment.
I feel good. I feel good. I'm just like, you know, getting loose.
Just shake it out.
Shake it out. I'm shaking out, you know. And
awesome.
it was great to be here.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're not going to go anywhere. But
I can
right.
stick around?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I thought the director was saying Bader's out. Okay, cool. You know.
No.
All right, good. I'm here.
But now we're going to move on to our website highlights. Okay, so today's website is bandzoogle.com. Check it out, bandzoogle.com. Now, in the late 90s, Bandzoogle's founder, Chris, and then when I was copying and pasting his name, I forgot to copy and paste his last name, so please excuse me. I just know his first name. Chris played in a rock band called Rubberman, and they played big festivals and toured around the world and all that kind of stuff. And then the band broke up, Natural Evolution, all that kind of stuff. But their record, he built the website for their band, and their record label liked the website that Chris built for Rubberman, so they hired him as a web designer for their multi-platinum artists. And over time, he got overloaded with requests to update the websites, so he created this really cool thing called the control panel. Well, he didn't create a control panel, but he created it so that managers and bands themselves could update their own websites, which is takes a huge load off him himself. And he realized that the program could also help indie bands build and update their own websites, and Bandzoogle was born. I don't know where the name came from, but check it out. You have complete design freedom to create something custom built for you as an individual artist, which is always important. You want to stand out. You want to do something different from the rest. You don't just want to be a social networking site. You want to be unique. There's some powerful features such as galleries, forums, blogs, and music players, widgets, and all that stuff, which is essential for every artist website, I believe. And it only takes seconds to make changes and updates. So that would be the clincher for me. You don't want to sit there while something loads for hours and hours. And also the cool thing, you can get a 30-day free trial. So sign up now, try it out. If you like it, do it. And if you don't,
free?
30 days, free trial.
If it's free, it's me.
There you go.
I'm in.
You've got 5 websites to but try it out. Okay, so let's move on with the show. It's time for me to introduce my guest to you. He's a hip-hop artist. He's probably one of the youngest guests I've had on this show. He's got this amazing marketing plan for his music. He's very talented. He has a real name, but he goes by the name Whyte Boy. Welcome to This Week in Music.
You ping, 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 ping.
So Whyte Boy, your name is also Matt Bennett.
Correct.
Because every artist has a real name too. But now you're 22 years old.
22.
You're still in school.
Still in school.
What are you studying in school?
Marketing. Entertainment marketing.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Now, tell me when you started your music career. When did you start writing music, creating your own kind of tracks and all that kind of stuff?
I started doing music about 8th grade or so. I
Yeah.
would play just the local talent shows on campus in middle school, and then I found myself in high school freestyle battling. But I really got into recording, I would say, that freshman year of college, actually going to the studio consistently.
This is really cool because you're in school, you're doing all these cool things. When I was in school, I'm like, how do you do all this stuff? So how do you have access to recording studios and, how to write tracks? Where do you learn all that stuff?
It's just the hunger. I'm motivated by life. The studio's right 15 minutes up the street from the school, so I just drive up after class and I record. I look at it like when I played high school sports, I would have to complete my homework before I could play sports. So I treat it like that now. So sports have been replaced with music at this point, so I just keep that same regimen going.
Nice, that's awesome.
Sweet, man.
Tim, you can learn a thing or two. No, I'm just kidding.
I could. I didn't get my pen here.
Now, your release is called Ballad of a Grinder. This is your debut release.
Debut release.
We actually have a couple of pictures that I want to show you of the. Actually, you have all the CDs, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
This is a marketing genius in play. Okay, so Whyte Boy, Nothing to Lose, Ballad of a Grinder. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versions of the album cover that you can get. There we go. There's the Eminem version. The next one we have the Mr. T version. We have the Chola version, the gangster version, and the one that I like the best, the last one, which is, I thought we had that, but the this one, the Avatar version. We don't have the Avatar version? Well, this is cool. I can just hold it. So, and now you said, how did you come up with this idea of making totally different album covers?
Well, I thought it would be cool if I brought in every group because the album is called Ballad of a Grinder. So I'm thinking that grinders come from all over the place. They come from different countries, different backgrounds. So I figured, hey, why not invite everybody into my story? Because I feel like my story is your story.
Absolutely.
And that's how I kind of approached it. And so I figure it would be funny if everybody saw themselves in me. Because I see myself in other people.
Yeah. That's so clever. Now, tell me, you actually created your own indie label, Prince of a Dream Records. So, and are you the only artist that's on it so far?
Right now, I'm the only artist, but we'll be working in the fall, and we're working on a new project with a singer. He was actually on my album, Gabriel Angel. We're working on his album, his EP. We're going to release that through Prince of a Dream.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe I can get signed after all.
There you go, Tim.
I'm here, man.
This is synergy right here. I also want to show you the actual CD cover where you can, if you buy this, you can get like all the faces on it. Now you were saying that people have bought like the whole set and framed the whole thing.
Yeah, people have been buying the whole set. So they put them in a case. You'll have all 8 covers, and that'll be the center piece.
That is awesome. Like that is such a great idea. Actually, we have a couple of tracks. I believe we have Nothing to Lose. We have a couple of MP3s we want to play. Do we have that? There we go. So this is White Boy, Nothing to Lose. How long did it take you to put the album together?
It took me about a year or so, off and on with school and work. So it took a while because I was working like 35 hours a week on top of school full time. So whatever time I could fit in. But it took me about a year to get the sound right. And the album was finished for a while, but the production, post-production, mixing, mastering, getting the things printed was quite the task. So.
Right. And who did you have helping you?
I had my team. I had Sydney Moore, Sid Fly, DJ Sid Fly.
Yeah.
That's a good, trusted buddy of mine. So we worked really hard on the project. And then I had my manager, William Sweat, and also co-founder of Prince of a Dream. There with me too.
Now, tell me the story of this is a really cool story. Tell me about your manager because you met him in high school. And tell me how he became your manager.
He's actually my teacher in high school. And what happened was I had a lot of friends due to the economy, they were giving up on music. And you know, it's a tough industry.
It is.
And to get quality music and to pay all the money to get the sound right, it's tough.
Oh man, I know. You need one of these.
Yeah, let's quickly show this too. This is his business card that he created with Sid Fly, who does all the artwork. So it's got, you know, White Boy, all the details there. And then on the back, it's basically a black Amex,
It's
Black
probably
American
as
Express.
close as you and I are ever going to come to one.
Yes.
Just so you know.
There you go. So that's really cool. So he was your high school teacher. And how did he say, I'm going to be your manager? So
what happened was I'm a business major. So what I did is I thought, hey, I can't give up on music. Let me just make a business plan. I'm a business major. So I made it like a 30-page business plan. I shot it to some friends in higher places. And I saw who would pick it up. Some people wanted to sponsor a little here, a little there. But he said, hey, you know, I'll sponsor the whole project. This is good music. And so I was like, really? So yeah, he gave me the money to fund the project, and since then, so we decided to partner up, and not only as my manager, but as the co-founder of the record label as well.
An investor.
And an investor. He's been investing the whole project, and I just thank him for believing in my vision.
That is also, and he's also obviously a fan of your music. We have another track, Higher, I believe, which is with Gabriel Angel.
Yeah,
like
with Gabriel Angel.
Let's play that track, a little snippet of it, Higher, off Ballad of a Grinder, which is really cool. So you basically, you know, as a business major,
Mr. J Dub, keep up people
break it down a little bit.
Get it.
Get Sky on the track.
Come on, Tim.
This is cool. Tim, you are a white boy.
Oh, I love the name because I am an organic white boy. I love it. Two white boys, the best. How did you come up with the name anyway?
I got the name White Boy in high school. I showed up to Gardena High School in Gardena, California.
Right.
We're in the building.
Oh, I love it.
And I was wearing Volcom, Vans, Quicksilver, and I would see people rapping, and I say, hey, I'm telling you, I could rap. And they say, man, you've been saying that for 2 months already. Why don't you just do it already? So I hopped in a freestyle battle, and I ended up beating this guy, and they're like, oh man, he's good, he's tight, he's good. And so, we had like 4,000 students at our school, and everybody thought they could rap. So I found myself battling 2 to 3 people.
You were battling 4,000 rappers, basically.
Basically.
This is great.
So 2 to 3 people a day for a year straight. And the word was spreading. They say, hey, man, he's good, but you don't have a rap name. What's your rap name? And I say, I don't have one. So they'd be like, oh, well, we just going to call you White Boy. Ah, ha, 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 White Boy, ah. And I would get mad. I'd say, don't call me that. Don't call me that. That's not my name.
Yeah.
And then May of that school year, Adidas came to our school, and they had a freestyle battle in front of all 4,000 kids at lunch.
Right.
So me and 6 other rappers went up there. He asks us our name, and there's young this, little that. He gets to me, and I pause. So he's like, what's your rap name, man? And so I said, I thought it'd be funny to flip it on him. So I was like, oh, it's White Boy.
Nice.
And he's like, look, everybody, his name White Boy. Ah, ha, ha,
And they went, no.
ha. Everybody's laughing.
Right.
The whole crowd's laughing. And I said, you'll see, play the beat.
Nice.
So he plays the beat. I end up beating all 6 guys. And then at the end, he's like, good job, man. Everybody scream, White Boy, White Boy.
So then now they love you.
Yeah,
Then
so it stuck with me since then.
That's great.
That's cool.
I love it.
I love how you've utilized like the environment that you're in. You're in school, you know, you're not trying to get away from school. You're using that time, studying hard, doing what you're doing, but saying, you know what, this is my playground right now, literally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that as my stadium, which is what you've done. And like,
Yeah, you're so
it's-
far ahead of the game. I mean, you having product and marketing. I mean, most 22-year-olds have their heads so far up their ass that it's, you know, you've got it all, man. You got to keep this energy rolling.
yeah.
You know, it's a good thing.
Advice from the beta.
Yeah,
Love it.
I've been there, man. I've been a grinder since I was a fetus.
Yeah.
Right.
I grinded out of my mom's womb. Nothing comes easy for this guy.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Not at
But
all.
it's, you know, it is a universal thing. Like, people are grinders, they're hustling, they want to get, you know, live their dream. And, you know, I think it is good that you've basically got all the niche markets. You've got the Mattis Yahoos, you've got the redhead kids, you've got the M&Ms, you know, you've got everyone covered. So
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
And everybody loves an underdog.
That's it.
You know, that's a great story, man. It's coming from somewhere. It's coming from the heart.
But
it's
look,
legit.
you know, looking at you, you've got this marketing plan. You're just really working so hard. I don't think you'll be an underdog forever. I think
Yeah.
you're actually going to rise above it, and you'll do really well successfully. Now, you've actually had some really cool reaction from radio stations, I believe, in Washington.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I got a call from a friend who works at a new station in Washington.
Okay.
And so they're going to be playing my song off the album This Money, track 4.
Okay.
I can't remember the station. I think it's 88 point something. It's like a more political station. The
Right.
song is more politically charged.
That's
but
great.
The album's diverse. I'm coming at them from all kind of angles, and I think the people really appreciate the diversity in the track selection and just where I'm coming from. So
Yeah.
the responses have been very good, and I'm excited to see where the project goes.
So tell me about some of the themes in the songs. Like, what do you sing about? What do you rap about, rather?
My main theme is triumph.
Nice.
I believe that we can overcome.
Yeah.
Like, I've been through a lot in my life, and so I'm a living testimony that it can happen.
I gotta listen,
So,
man. What does
I-
that taste like? I gotta know.
What, Triumph?
Yeah.
Triumph. It tastes good.
I gotta get some.
Everyone wants Triumph, though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, people want something to spur them on and inspire them. Now, we actually do have one more track that I want to play off the album, which was a skit. Let's play the track first. I do believe it's only like 10 or 20 seconds, so let's play the skit. Do we have that?
What's up, LA? This is Zoe D on 103.2 The Hits FM, your one-stop
She's
shop for
on
all the
the
best
album.
R&B and hip-hop. I've just been chatting to my man White Boy, up-and-coming artist. His album's gonna drop real soon, so look out for it.
This is at the beginning
White
of the
Boy,
album.
what's up? You having a good time?
Having a great time. Good
Yeah.
time.
Now, I know you got a busy schedule, but have you got time to stick around for something fun?
So that's basically
Oh, I
the
got a little
skit. We
bit
don't
of
have to play
time.
the whole thing, but basically, you may recognize that voice. That was Zoe D, aka me.
Yes.
Because I'd
Yeah.
met Matt, and he was like, "Hey, I want to do a skit on my album, and I want to have like someone with a different accent." I was probably like the only person you know with a different accent.
Yeah.
So we just like did it in like 20 minutes, something really quick. We just banged it out, and you were saying that people liked the skit.
Yeah, people like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's original. Actually, the lady who called me from the station said the ending part, let me email you some money, that she thought the skit was very original. And so you get a lot of albums with the dynamic of the music industry.
Yeah.
Albums are single-based.
Oh,
but
yeah.
to actually get skits back in the albums and different things
Yeah.
going is something like I wanted to reintroduce back to the people. So
Yeah.
it worked out very well.
Yeah,
That was
sounded
cool.
Good. You got a pro voice. Nice
Oh, well,
telephone
thank
voice.
you.
Nice
Thank you.
microphone voice.
That's my alter ego, Zoe D. Now tell
love
me
it.
about some of the artists that inspired you growing up and while you were recording the album.
Well, my favorite rapper is Busta Rhymes. I like him
I
a lot.
like Busta Rhymes, actually.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He's got good energy. I like his energy, just the different dynamic he brings to the music. Big Tupac fan. I like a lot of different bands. Like I like a lot of oldies. I stay listening to oldies. I like
Yeah.
bands like Incubus from like
The 90s and
acoustic, the
stuff.
90s, a lot of
Yeah.
90s music.
I know about that.
System
Yeah.
of a Down.
Great bands.
You know, there's so many bands, there's so many talented people.
Yeah.
There's just so much music for you to be inspired by.
Yeah. That's really cool. So when you look at the music industry nowadays, you're still in school, you're young, you've got this great idea, but then you look at the state of the music industry, you know, it's all over the place. There's no one set way to be, you know, famous or to really be successful. How do you look at that and figure out what your next step is going to be?
My next step is always, I try to be a step three to 10 steps ahead.
How do you do that though?
You just kind of sit down and you map where you want to be from 6 months, a year, this certain amount of time, and you
Yeah.
work tirelessly. That's like the grinder mantra, is to work tirelessly. I don't sleep as much as many people do, so I guess that's one
He's
of
a
the.
grinder.
It's like a vampire, like True Blood or some shit. I love it.
But-
I sleep like an 85-year-old man, long and easy.
But that's true. You're like dedicated to your work. You know, you want to make it happen, and you put everything into it, right?
Yeah, I think you have to be serious with your craft. If you
Yeah.
are, then you'll make it. Most people aren't serious. They kind of talk and kind of teeter-totter with
Or
it.
want just the fame, the instant fame,
Yeah.
and then that's it. You know.
It's can you put the follow through in? I started this, let me finish it from the beginning on out. And that's something I learned just throughout my years, to finish things.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really want to do with the project, with the music, whether it blows or nothing happens. You know, I could say,
Yeah.
hey, I completed a project and
Yeah.
it was successful.
Absolutely. And I think it's great that, you know, you make the music that you want to hear as well,
Yeah.
like you like it too. So
That's huge, being independent. Like I like that a lot, because
that freedom,
I think
right?
if this was on a big label, I don't think any of these songs would have got out. So
Right.
I like the
Tough,
freedom.
man. A lot of cooks in the kitchen, dude. It's hard,
I mean, this is a
right?
guy
Yeah.
who's worked with labels
Yeah,
and like publishing deals. So
50 different band members, man. It's crazy. So, I mean, you got a really
Kudos to
tight
you.
thing, man. And if your manager believes in you and you guys are eye to eye, sky is the limit, white
Yes.
boy.
now tell me about
saw
some.
him now, right here, this week in music.
Now shows, you play a bunch of shows all the time. If you're in the Southern California area, tell me about some of the shows that you've got coming up.
Well, I have. I'm working on a college tour for the fall.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be another
The
independent
college
project.
boy working on the college show, like, makes sense.
Got to stay in your market.
Yeah, absolutely. So where are you playing?
My first show is the tour will start September 22nd at Cal Poly Pomona, where I attend school, and so it'll be at Bronco Fusion. I'm on at about 6:30, I believe.
Okay.
And then I have Cal State Northridge and a few other schools on board. I'm even considering hitting the high school tours too.
Yeah,
so.
why not? I mean, that's where you got your evolution as Whyte boy, so it's like, you know, giving back. Now, if people want to check out dates of yours, your Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, go to whiteboymusic.com. I believe we have the screenshot of the website where you can check out his bio, you can check out the artwork, all that kind of stuff. And do you answer fans at all like that when they write to you on Facebook?
Yeah, I hit them right back. I'm quick. I love the fan response. Like, dropping comments on my page just motivates me more.
Yeah.
So the fan interaction is huge. I love it, and people are really saying some positive things. So
That's
appreciate
really
it.
cool. I wish I was in high school again. You know, I'm going to come to this gig. For sure. I'm going to come to these gigs. We should go and check it out because
Check it out.
Yeah, we have to. But I have a question. When you said there was like you versus 6 other guys, what did you call that competition? What's it called?
Freestyle battle.
Okay, it's freestyle battle. So
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this question. This is good, because you know I'm serious about this. So freestyle means you just go up, they put some beats on, and you just literally freestyle.
Yeah, right off the top of the head.
But now this is what I gotta ask you. Do you have any canned freestyle lines that you could do you know
pull
that you can
out.
go to, like a stand-up comedian
Yeah.
will go out and he'll do his stuff, and if he feels a little uncertain, he knows he's got that joke that he can go to
Yeah.
to bring him back. Do you kind of have some rhymes and stuff? I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's
Yeah.
not incriminating, but you just know, like, okay, it's
Your
freestyle.
material.
I'm going with it. But if I really want to knock him dead, I've got this arsenal in my pocket. Is that how it goes?
Well, you have some cases you do, but me personally, what I like to do is what that does is give you a crutch. So I just like to go off the top of the head, whether it comes out good or not, it gets you better.
We gotta
And
have
so-
a freestyle.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we said, like, I don't know if we have any beats, but if we said, okay, I want you to do just like a quick little freestyle rap about Bitter Beta. That's his nickname, Bitter Beta. Because he's jaded by the music
Like a
industry.
crotchety old guy.
Would you be able to do one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I'm chilling here with This Week in Music with Bitter Beta. I'm here to win tonight so we can forget a hater. It wouldn't matter because the hype would stop today. I'm chilling here at Mahalo with Asha K. I love the show, this the place for me to go. There's nowhere but the sky or there's Mars for us to go. I still love the universe, but I pursue it first. And matter of fact, I'm the best rapper you view at birth. And I'm better than the model smile. I'm kind of wild, so homie, put the bottle down. I could flow for hours, maybe even weeks, but I'm here to rise to the top like an erection in the sheets.
Whoa! I love it. Josie Hemlock! It was phenomenal.
Woo, that was our first freestyle rap that we've had on This Week in Music.
It was
White
great,
boy,
and it was all
right
organic.
Here. It was. Put the bottle down, Tim.
I know. It was unbelievable.
That was great. See, I think you've got to be able to just do that, like off the cuff, you know?
Yeah,
Do you want to try?
So, no, I definitely do not want to try.
Sure.
No, I can't do this. You're not serious, are you?
I don't know.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, like, after this great freestyle rap that we've just had, I'm not going to, like, shame the rap genre. So I won't be doing that. But make sure you go to whiteboymusic.com. Now, Whyte Boy is spelled Whyte boymusic.com. So make sure you check that out. Keep up to date with Whyte Boy. Write to him. See what his shows are, where his shows are playing, and yeah.
There'll be
There we go,
updates on
Bella
the site,
Provider.
and if you guys, I'm going to sweeten up the deal tonight. If the first 20 people to email me, I'll give them a free CD. So if you email me at whiteboy, ilovewhiteboy@gmail.com. Again, that's ilovewhiteboy@gmail.com.
Isn't that fine?
We got. I'm still in his email tonight. So I got 20 free CDs for the first 20 people to email me. So.
That's awesome. So I love Whyte Boy, WHYTE boy
At gmail.com.
Do it. You can get a copy of this album, and do they get to choose which one they want?
Yeah,
like
if they
cover?
want, choose a cover, we'll send it out.
Dude, that's awesome. So make sure you do that. And also mention This Week in Music, This Week in Music as well. Why not? Let's get some synergy going here.
Definitely.
That's cool. Well, it's been great talking to you and just hearing about your story. And I think it's going to inspire a lot of people out there for sure. But I want you to stick around because I do a review segment and it'd be great to get your reaction as an artist.
Okay.
See what you think. And you too,
Definitely.
Tim, since you're the newsreader extraordinaire.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Well, let's do it. It's time for some reviews. Okay, so the first track, well, it's not a track, it's a video clip. I like to do video clips because it's something visual and you can react to it, especially people watching at home. The first one is Linkin Park, The Catalyst. Let's check it out.
God bless us, everyone. We're a broken people living on a loaded gun, and it can't be outfought, it can't be outdone, it can't be outmatched, it can't be outrun. Oh, and when I close my eyes tonight to symphonies of blinding light. God bless us, everyone. We're a broken people living on a loaded gun. Oh, like memories in cold decay, transmissions echoing away, far from the world of you and I, where oceans bleed into the sky.
Okay, so this song is off their 1,000 Suns album, which is going to be out on September 14th. And this was a song they did where they got someone, an artist out there to collaborate and make this track. Great marketing tool there. But Mike Shinoda has a really bad teenage mustache. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What did you think of the clip?
I liked it. I thought it was different for Linkin Park.
Yeah, it was.
From the past. It kind of brings a new excitement to the project. I'm excited to see what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it was cool. I like the smoke. I like how it's like, what's going on in there? Chester Bennington underwater.
A lot of pain.
A lot of pain. Linkin
pain.
Park, in a lot of their clips, they're in pain, but it's like, oh, we're so famous and rich, we're in pain.
Right,
Like,
they
come
forgot
on.
the checkbook, so I left the checkbook in my house in Malibu.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you like the clip?
You know, Linkin Park, it's interesting because this band was passed on as a band, something zero. I forget the name of the band, but 47 times, I think, by record labels.
Oh.
They changed the name. They added Chester.
Right.
Same songs, just they put them in there, and boom, they blew up.
Yeah.
So they've kind of earned my respect because they never ever quit. They were grinders.
They were.
And
they are.
they just keep reinventing themselves and they're relevant. And, you know, I don't own one record, but I will say that I'll find myself in a bar. Their song will come on, I'm tapping my foot. So kudos to Linkin Park.
Yeah, and they
definitely.
really understand like new music and digital media, so they're really up with the game. So there we go. That was Linkin Park. The second track, second video clip is Interpol Barricade. Let's check it out. Okay, that song is off their new self-titled album out on September 7th. The video is directed by Mo Azima. Singer Paul Banks' head is basically projected onto different torsos, and the rest of the bands play their instruments in a field. They're basically shunned out of the field.
Yeah.
I do think that bit with the lights, you know, when he's in that disco, that kind of reminds me of like a Coldplay-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to me, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I didn't see anything that I haven't seen already.
Right?
For the sound is amazing.
Yeah.
But I was expecting something more like Gladiator 300 type of
They-
presentation
Right.
for the sound.
I love that, and
Yeah.
I wish they could digitally do my abs, but those days are past. But you know, Interpol is a band that reminds me a lot of Tool and System of a Down, where most of their songs, their older records, almost sound like a machine. They're such a tight
Tight
sound,
unit.
tight unit. However, that song, there was a lot of melody.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit looser than what I'm used to, and I particularly am a sucker for melody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
the same.
you know, I mean, they were playing their instruments in the woods. That's cool video. But,
Yeah.
you know, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, Interpol's a cool band and stuff, but just it was a little bit too tight. But that song had a good loose melody, which I like. So
Yeah.
far, you're 2 for 2, Asha K.
Nice. All
This song.
right. Well, we've still got one more to go. Hopefully you like this one as well. It's okay if you don't. I won't judge you. Maybe the artist will. All right. So the next one is Sarah Bareilles. I probably always get her name wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, chat room. Sarah Bareilles, King of Anything. Let's check it out.
of anything. All my life I've tried to make everybody happy while I just hurt and hide, waiting for someone to tell me it's my turn to decide. Who cares if you disagree? You are not me. I made you king of anything. So you dare tell me who to be, who died and made you king of anything. Oh, who cares if you disagree?
Very colourful video clip. This is of her sophomore album, Kaleidoscope Heart, out on September 7th. You may remember her from Love Song. I'm not gonna write you a love song. That became very popular. That's her. That's Sarah
I had no
Bareilles.
idea.
What did you think of the clip?
I liked it. Well, the video was okay.
Yeah?
The lyrics are really good. I like the song.
Yeah.
It was very playful. The red lipstick, it kind of went well with the video.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Very girly, very pretty. I think Sarah Bareilles is a great artist, great musician as well. So it's nice to see her doing something more fun rather than just serious singer-songwriter stuff. What were you going to ask?
Are you sure she wasn't in The Celebrity Apprentice with Cyndi Lauper, like, doing that video? I think she was. I think
What
she
are
was
you
this-
talking about?
I like the video was very colorful and nice, but both songs, the hit that you sang and that song, make me feel like I'm in an elevator. I'm just
So
sitting
are you
there.
saying her music is elevator music?
I'm just saying, are we on floor 10 right now? 11, 12? There is no 13 in any
but do you
building.
like the song?
If I'm in an elevator, sure. It's
Okay.
very comfortable. I mean, come on.
Right.
I'll never hear that song again. What are you talking about? I couldn't even find that. If you offered me a bag of money to find that song, good luck. No chance, unless I'm in an elevator.
Well, there you go. So you're only 2 for 3 then. Not
Yeah,
3 for
yeah.
3.
You know, listen.
Hey, you know, so not everyone likes every kind of music. Everyone has different tastes, you know.
Yeah.
But I like that White Boy brought out the positive points. I thought
Well,
that
he's
was
a
cool.
marketer, man. He's a diplomat.
Yes,
he finds,
you are.
everything. Lipstick, whatever. I didn't even know she had lipstick on. Couldn't get past the flowers.
It was a very colourful video clip. I like that with the whole Polaroid look. I thought that was really cool. Now, one thing that I just want to do before we go into music trivia and wrap up the show, I just want to do, there's so much great music out there at the moment, and when I was looking at music news and video clips, I'm like, oh, I've only got an hour to fit in so much stuff. But music to watch and listen, I just want to point two things out. Sufjan Stevens' All the Delighted People, this EP, has been out for a little while, I believe, but I've been listening to, you can actually listen to the entire EP for free on npr.org. Go down to Sufjan Stevens, you can actually listen to the album, All the Delighted People. It's a great, just a great EP. It's like Sgt. Pepper meets Rufus Wainwright. Easy listening, but it keeps you involved. It's like you're going on this musical adventure. So please check it out. That's his Bandcamp page. Another great website. Sufjan Stevens, All the Delighted People. There it is, with all the pictures of the people.
He's great, that guy. He really is great.
Amazing artist. Really amazing.
What was the song in that movie, Little Miss Sunshine? I love that movie.
I haven't seen that movie.
Is it Chicago? Does he have a hit song called Chicago? Didn't he write one about all the states?
Yeah.
That song is in the movie, and it made me love the artist. Like, I went and researched him. He's great.
Just has this unique voice and just this unique way of putting a song together as a story. I believe you'd like it. Check it out, White Boy. There's a bit of a tip for you. And the second one is Radiohead fans, if you're waiting for the new album, we don't know the release date yet. They're not giving anyone any clues because, hey, it's Tom York. They can do what they want. But Radiohead drummer Phil Selway has got a solo album called Familial. And I've also been listening to this album entirely on npr.org. You can listen to the whole album, streams free. Great album. It's just great to hear something different from a drummer, doing something different. I mean, hey, Dave Grohl, look how great he's done.
He's got the Midas touch to him and
He does.
he and Jay-Z. Whatever they touch is gold.
But Phil Selway is obviously very different to Dave Grohl. Very easy listening, very intellectual music, but just like, it almost like...
Electronica?
No, it's like acoustic, touches off electronic, very melodic, laid back.
A lot of harmonies, vocal.
Great harmonies. Like, he's a great singer, and I just feel like my soul is enlarging by listening to it. So
that's cool. You want to hear a funny story about Radiohead?
Sure, why not?
Jeff Kane's in town. He says, "Hey, meet me at this tequila bar." And I was already hungover, and it was like a Sunday night, and it's on 3rd Street or Melrose at 50 Tequilas, and I go, "I can't do it. I'm just too, and I'm like, okay, I'll be there." I never show up. Turns out he's drinking tequila with Radiohead, and they go cut some tracks at Drew Barrymore's house. Guess who wasn't there? This guy! This guy was not there, because I drink beer and not tequila. I am not the most interesting man in the world. Feel that.
Dude, that's like your one fail of your life,
there's
basically.
a lot of failure. Listen, it's about getting back up.
Yes, it is. Ballad of a Grinder.
Ballad of a
Hustling.
Grinder.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're about to wrap up the show. I do have a bit of music trivia, but I just want to say, Tim, thank you for reading the news. You were great.
Thanks, Asha K. Am I going to be back?
You are going to be back. You got the tick of approval. White Boy, thank you for sharing your story, your music. It's just, I think you've inspired so many people already. I wish I was back in school doing music, because I would be like, I need this marketing guy. But don't forget to check out whiteboymusic.com. Check out the dates of his shows if you're in the Southern California area. Where do they buy tickets? Do they buy them at the door?
Just show up, yeah.
Just show up?
Show up, and usually most of the college ones are free.
Okay.
Sometimes they may charge, but
it's not like Bob Dylan. I can get in there without cash, right?
No cash.
I got a debit card.
You may need cash, so cash is king. So.
Cash is king. We know it.
There we go. I love this. But yeah, definitely check out the shows. That's awesome. But I do have a bit of music trivia to end the show. If you like pop music, which is most of the population, then you're probably indebted to a guy called George David Weiss, or Weiss, depending on how we pronounce it. The composer and arranger, he actually sadly died on Monday at age 89 years old. His wife told the New York Times that he died of natural causes. So R.I.P. George David Weiss. But Weiss wrote some of the most popular songs of the 20th century, including Can't Help Falling in Love, the Elvis great, and What a Wonderful World. Now, Weiss reportedly wanted to be a musician ever since he was a kid. He got a degree in music theory from Juilliard, amazing school. When the Second World War dragged in the US, even being drafted wouldn't stop him from a music career. Whyte was a band leader in the army until 1945. Then his career took over as a composer and arranger. He composed such Broadway musicals as Mr. Wonderful with Sammy Davis Jr., First Impressions, 1959, and Maggie Flynn, 1968. But Whyte's songs from the 60s are legitimately timeless. They have not left the radio to this day, which is amazing for any artist, writer, composer.
Unbelievable.
Elvis recorded Can't Help Falling in Love for the movie Blue Hawaii in 61, and it became his standard encore track. And that same year, Pete Whyte flipped a South African chant, get ready for this, which had already been repurposed by Pete Seeger into The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Wow, this
know
guy's
that track?
got quite the resume.
That became a #1 hit for the Tokens. In 1968, Whyte wrote What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong. The Louis Armstrong rendition was resurrected the song nearly 2 decades later, which is crazy. You know, these songs are written so
They're
long
classics,
ago.
every one of them.
Yeah. And then it was featured in the 1987 film Good Morning Vietnam. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that film. Whyte also became a fervent advocate for intellectual property rights of composers as president of the Songwriters Guild of America from '82 to 2000. So what a great career this guy had. Amazing. He's just done a lot for the music industry. You know, he obviously fully believes in it. So there's a bit of inspiration for you, where you're headed, the greatness.
Who was the star of Good Morning Vietnam?
Robin Williams.
And he was in what?
Mork and Mindy.
Nanu, right? How did he do it? I don't know.
I don't know. That's random. But we're going to end the show with the UB40 clip, Can't Help Falling in Love with you, from my hometown, Birmingham in the UK. But once again, thank you, Tim, Reading the News. Thank you, Whyte. Make sure you check out his site. We'll see you next week. Let's check out UB40.